In a Turkish small town lives Kumru, a young lady who was spending some good time with her friends, trying to forget her ex. But her night turned black when she saw her ex, who had just broken up with her a few months ago, getting married and happily in love. She couldn't handle the heartbreak and took a hard decision. She left her hometown and went to the city to start fresh. She nailed it, and in a couple of years, she became a successful divorce lawyer. This time, she has a new case. Her boss wants her to take care of his friend's case, as she's getting a divorce in hopes for everything to go smoothly. For Kumru, every case is an easy case. She had never lost a single one. But the problem is that this particular client is from her hometown, and she had never gone back there for a long time. Due to her tragic past, she believes there is a universal power in her town that would make her fail by all means. But she has to win no matter what. She's gonna have some shares in the company if succeeded. She gathered up her courage and boarded the plane. And while Kumru hates to even step in her hometown, there was someone who is the complete opposite of her. His name is Fateh. He is a musician by heart, but he doesn't really practice much and avoids stage performance. It's all because of his fear of failure. One day, his best friend Kimo came to him with a beautiful melody he created and asked Fateh to write the lyrics, as he finally managed to secure an opening act for a popular band. However, Fateh refused, saying he won't sing on stage, which made his friend even madder, and convinced him to at least write the lyrics and get them a car since the performance is in another city. Fateh agreed as long as he wouldn't sing, and went to his father to get the car. It might seem like an easy mission since his father owns a car rental shop, but of course it wasn't. That's because his father wants him to stop playing around and thinking of becoming a musician. Instead, he wants him to work in the company and learn from him. So when Fateh asked him for a car just for one night, his father agreed under one condition. He must accompany a client who is coming from the city all day long during her trip. If he manages to get a 10 out of 10 rate, then he can have the car for himself. Fateh accepted the challenge and went to the airport to wait for that client. And that's how he and Komru met for the first time. She came out of the airport searching for the one carrying her name, only to find him playing with some kids like he had nothing else to do. She thought he was unprofessional and had to call him herself. In the car, Fateh tried to lighten the mood a bit, asking her if it's her first time in the town. But she told him she grew up there and hates everything about it. So Fateh tried to show her the bad side of the city and the noise, but she defended that, saying at least they mind their own business, hinting to him to shut up. He remained silent for a moment, but then told her that he's actually a musician and just doing this job as a service for his father. All he wants from her is a good rating. She got a little curious and asked him where he sings, and he avoided the answer as he had nothing to say. Anyway, he got her to the first address to meet the client and told her to call him when she's done so he could pick her up. She got into the building a bit nervous, but she assured herself that her luck will pave her way to success. It only lasted for a minute though, as the maintenance guy came suddenly to fix the elevator and turned off the electricity, so she found herself stuck in there. No matter how loud she screamed, he didn't listen, as he had his headphones on. So, being claustrophobic, she called Fateh to come and save her. He left the car in the middle of the street and rushed back to her. First, he told the maintenance guy to fix the problem quickly. Then, he went to calm her down as she was heavily breathing, so he distracted her mind and kept talking about how beautiful and free-spirited the people are in this town. But Komru forgot about being trapped just to say that the people are just lazy and know nothing about responsibility. Before finishing the topic, the problem was gone, and she got out. She went down and scolded the guy, telling him that she will sue him and destroy his future. He kept apologizing, but she was mad, until Fateh tried to relax her, and finally she remembered to thank him for his help. At that moment, the client she was about to meet arrived, and was so worried because her husband suddenly got a team of lawyers after he had already agreed to the conditions before. Komru told her not to worry, as she too is not alone, and introduced Fateh as a colleague from her office. He was surprised, but he went along with the plan, until they were alone. Komru told him to just stay next to her and say nothing, and she would give him the perfect rating. And Fateh thought it was the perfect deal. Anyway, they started the meeting, and the husband's lawyers stated some new conditions if they want to keep this outside of court. That made Komru a little nervous, until she saw the husband secretly going to answer an important call. She followed him to hold anything against him, and she saw him writing a number on some notes. So she filmed him, and after he left with the number, she took the paper underneath with the number marks on it. It was a huge clue for her that he's definitely cheating, so she ended the meeting saying they will meet at court. After that, she told Fateh that she needs a special detective or anyone who could help her track that cheater. Lucky for her, Fateh had a connection and took her to meet an old friend of his called Skandar. He's a cool and calm person who spends most of his time on his boat. When he saw them, he told them not to worry about the mission, as he knows someone in the police who could help them. Until then, they were partying and having fun until Komro got mad as they reached a dead end, and the husband would get away with his actions. So Iskander apologized for wasting her time and asked her to show him the video she took of the husband. He was able to read his lips and took them to that particular place. Komro and Fateh ran to catch him, but there was a dancing event in the street, and Komro was very nervous about losing the husband. However, Fateh calmly held her hand and started to dance their way out of it. The chemistry was high between the two of them, until Komro saw the husband entering a building. Since she's traumatic from elevators, she took the long way through the stairs, and unfortunately, they lost him. Not only that, but their car also got towed because Skander was drunk and unconscious. Feeling sorry for his action, he took them to rest until he gets the car back. Fateh used the free time and started writing some lyrics inspired by the crazy events he went through in less than a day. Komro interrupted him and performed a personality test to see which type of person he is. She's crazy about these tests after her broken relationship. Anyway, the test showed that Fateh is creative and artistic, but his fear is stopping him from greatness. During this lovely chat, Komro fell off a chair, and Fateh was laughing non-stop. It was the moment when Komro became more cool, just like her town. She started to love it again and was having a great time until she bumped into her best friend by accident. It was a nightmare because there is a wedding in the town of a common friend of theirs, and Komro said she won't be able to make it as she's working on a case in the city. But she lied. The case was actually in town. She just didn't want to attend in the first place. That's because her ex is gonna be there with his wife. However, after being caught, she acted as if she changed her mind and came just for the wedding. Once her friend went to get her stuff to accompany them, she explained everything to Fateh, who again went along with her plan and took her friend with them. Since she was already in the town, she decided to pick up her mother, who still lives in this town and was having some good time at the beach. Apparently, that made Komro heartbroken. She told Fateh her story. It turned out that since she was young, they had moved from one place to another, due to her father's work as a civil employee, until they lived in this town based on her mother's wishes. Then one day, someone accused her father of bribery. Despite being cleared of all the charges, he was never the same again and died. That's why she hates this town and dislikes seeing her mother enjoying her time at the same beach where her father died nearby. Hearing all of that, Fateh understood her a bit. Anyway, she said hello to her mother and took her with them. Komro was crying in silence as everything she planned is ruined completely. They all went to her home to rest after this hectic day. There, Komro reconciled with her mother and told her that she lied about the wedding, and now that she's forced to attend it, she has no dress. Her mother solved this easily and lent her her engagement dress, in which Komro looked dashing. That Fateh was mesmerized by her and called his friend Kimo to cancel the performance. Meanwhile, Komro was disappointed because Iskander told her the number that the husband wrote is invalid. She noticed that it could be an address and she was right. It was a place and a time to meet, but the court session is in less than an hour and she doesn't have much time left. So they split into two teams. Her mother and Iskander went to take a picture of the husband as a proof of cheating, and they did take a good one, and sent it to Komro and Fateh, who were driving to court. Her friend went along with them just out of curiosity. The drama didn't end there, as Fateh's friend, Kimo, showed up too. He got in the car with them, waiting for Fateh to come perform with him. Once he saw Komro's friend, he had a crush on her, so he cancelled the performance and stayed with them. Finally, they arrived at court, and Komro showed the picture to the wife, who was broken and depressed of course, but Komro nailed the session peacefully. Now that everything is solved, Komro agreed to hang out for some time before the wedding. It was supposed to be fun, but Fateh expressed his opinion about the divorce, and that Komro could have solved things in a different way, as the wife obviously wanted to be back with her husband. That led to a huge quarrel between them, and he mistakenly said out loud that she avoided the wedding on purpose. Hearing that, her friend asked for some explanation. It turned out that Komro believed her ex cheated on her while they were together. That's why he broke up with her and married just right after a couple of months. Her friend told her for the millionth time that he didn't cheat, he just fell in love after breaking up with her, and that people can love someone from the first sight just like her and Kimo. Komro blamed them for being irresponsible and left. She said goodbye to Fateh and decided to leave everything behind and just go back to the city. While driving to the airport, she got a call from her client who told her that her husband wasn't cheating on her like they thought. The girl in the picture was just the daughter of his friend. He was helping her. After the misunderstanding was cleared, they got back together. Komro felt she made a mistake with her reckless judging. For the first time, she didn't plan. She got out of the car, got on a bike, and went straight to the wedding, where everyone was happy to see her, especially Fateh. She apologized to everyone and congratulated the happy couple in a heartfelt speech. Fatah went to her, and they both confessed their love to each other. Since she overcame her fear, it was time for Fatah to overcome his. The band who was supposed to play in the wedding couldn't make it, so Fatah took it upon himself to entertain the audience. He was marvelous, and Kumru sang with him too. She fell for the town all over again.